Tell me a little bit about the TED Ed platform and why you decided to use this to put together this lesson.
Well, I'll just start by, this is one of my first experiences teaching on online course. And what I've found is, from what I've seen, I've on students online before, but one of the greatest challenges is staying connected with the class, keeping them involved and interactive, especially when people are based all over the country, if not the world. So I'm always on the lookout for new tools that I can use and incorporate in the online class environment to keep students engaged. So TED-Ed was actually introduced to me by my sister, actually, who's quite media savvy, and showed me its possibilities, and I was very interested from the beginning when she showed it to me. But I'm not that tech savvy, so I was a little skeptical on how I could use it. But to my great advantage, it only took about 10 minutes before I was able to fully figure out how it was functioning. I was able to find important resources from various sites, in this case YouTube, so many documentaries, and I was able to do what they call flipping a video and incorporating some broad research questions and discussion points for the students as they go through the media, through the video, and then as well a platform for more resources that the students can access later on. So for me, TED-Ed was a great tool to come across to be able to kind of, again, have a bit more interaction with my students.
And so talk a little bit about using it technically. Now, you said that you were a little bit intimidated, or not intimidated, but a little bit maybe nervous about approaching a new tool. So when you actually sat down and started working with the TED-Ed tool, how did you find it to work with technically?
Well, the first thing was, I found it actually very easy. It just involves setting up an account, and then it clearly lays out, there's a great demonstration that you can do, so there's an online kind of instructional point where you can go through, but really, there's a tab that you just click on for YouTube videos. You search your video and you just cut and paste basically the URL to the video you want, and then the site prompts you to add different content in a very clear and precise step-by-step manner, which I was able to do. It basically holds your hand, guides you through it, and within about 10 minutes, you have this great multimedia tool that you can share with the group.
So you mentioned a YouTube video. What are some of the other components that go into doing something in TED-Ed?
Well, you also have to, there's different components where you have to kind of incorporate discussion points. So one of the things I'll do is I generally have 5 or 6 questions that kind of not really quiz students at this level. They're not, not really quizzing them on the content, but trying to get them to think deeper about the content. So as the video is playing in TED-Ed, a question will pop up, and it's designed to kind of have them reflect on a point that had just come across on the film. As they go through the film, I have about 5 discussion points. After you kind of incorporate those questions, it moves to this deeper content, and where I've hyperlinked in additional resources. And then what I like to do for the last component is where it prompts you to think even deeper. I normally put up some kind of inspirational quote for the students to reflect on that can kind of sum up the experience that they just had watching this film.
Great. And we got links to it right here, so we'll let people go off and take a look for themselves.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.